Picture this: a crowded restaurant in Tokyo. A small child drops a spoon and suddenly starts crying. But something strange happens. The mother doesn't panic. She doesn't yell. She doesn't shove a phone into the child's hands to distract him. Instead, she stays calm. She quietly kneels beside the child, waits patiently, and within moments, the child slowly begins calming down too. Now picture another scene. A busy restaurant somewhere in America. Another child starts crying. But this time, the energy feels completely different. The parent looks stressed, embarrassed, overwhelmed. People begin staring. The child cries louder. The parent reacts emotionally. And suddenly, the entire situation turns into chaos. At first, this just looks like a difference in parenting style. But the real difference goes much deeper than that. Because the way parents respond to crying teaches children how emotions work. And this changes a child's brain far more than most people realize. Japanese parenting is not mainly focused on controlling behavior. It's focused on teaching emotional regulation. In many Western households, parenting often becomes behavior management. Stop crying. Be quiet. You're embarrassing me. The goal becomes stopping the emotion as fast as possible. But traditional Japanese parenting focuses more on emotional calmness first. And neuroscience explains why this matters so much. Children are not born knowing how to regulate emotions. They learn emotional control from adults around them. A calm parent helps create a calm nervous system. A stressed parent often creates a stressed nervous system. Because children absorb emotional energy like sponges. They learn less from words and more from emotional atmosphere. And this is where things become fascinating. Japanese children are often given emotional closeness very early in life. They grow up feeling emotionally safe, connected, and supported. But at the same time, they are also taught patience, responsibility, and self-control. And that balance changes everything. Because emotionally secure children usually become less emotionally reactive later in life. Not because they were forced into obedience, but because they learned something powerful very early. My emotions are safe. I can handle them. Meanwhile, many modern parenting systems accidentally overprotect children from discomfort. The moment boredom appears, screens appear. The moment frustration appears, adults rush to rescue them. But here's the hidden problem. Children who never experience manageable discomfort never develop emotional endurance. And later in life, even small stress begins feeling overwhelming. This is why many psychologists believe emotional resilience is built through small daily struggles. Waiting patiently, handling frustration, solving problems independently. And Japanese parenting quietly trains these skills every single day. Children help clean schools. They walk independently. They contribute to group environments. Not because they are naturally more disciplined than everyone else, but because responsibility creates emotional maturity. When children feel capable, they slowly become mentally stronger.
And there's another important difference most people never notice.
Japanese parenting often teaches children to think, how do my actions affect other people? While many Western systems focus more on, what do I personally want? One system builds self-expression. The other builds self-awareness. Neither system is perfect, but the psychological outcomes become very different over time. Because parenting is not just teaching behavior, it is shaping a nervous system. Every emotional interaction teaches the child something. Is stress dangerous? Can I handle frustration? Am I emotionally safe? And those invisible lessons follow children into adulthood, into relationships, careers, and everyday stress. Which means the real goal of parenting is not raising children who never cry. It's raising children who know how to recover. Children who can face difficult emotions without collapsing emotionally. And perhaps that's the deeper lesson hidden inside Japanese parenting. The goal is not controlling the child. The goal is slowly teaching the child how to control themselves. Because one day, parents will not be there. And in those moments, children will not rise to the level of protection they received. They will fall to the level of emotional strength they built during childhood. And that emotional strength may shape their entire future.